All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2026. This is episode 1120, I believe it is. That is correct, of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief Podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Dr. Gerald Auger, and I'll be coming to you live from the Buffer Auger Flow studio. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing well and had a great Monday kicking off your week. If you're looking to stay current, Mark French, squad membership. Thanks, Mark. If you're if you're looking to stay current on the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, while getting insights that go beyond those headlines amongst friends and new network connections, Simply Cyber community a la, well, you're in the right place, because that's what we do every single weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. You're here, we're here. Let's get the show started. All right, what is up, everybody? Good morning. Coffee is just starting to flow through the bloodstream. My blood type is French roast. You picking up what I'm putting down? Oh, yeah, I'm feeling it, though. Good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I saw Marcus Kyler say what's up in chat. FedEx, good morning, good morning. Guys, I hope everybody's doing well, ready for this Tuesday morning. Now, let me let you know that every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, including episode 1120, is worth half a CPE. So it's very simple. Just say what's up in chat. You appear on the show. You are part of the experience. Thank you very much. And grab a screenshot. And, basically once a year, count up those screenshots. Every episode is an hour long. Half of it we spend goofing around. Half of it is work. So we say half a CPE. Trust me, it doesn't matter if it's a half. We could do a quarter CPE, and you'd still get enough CPEs for the year if you're a regular in the chat. What's up, Toasty Pops? Good to see you. Saw a message from Dallas on LinkedIn about the B-Sides Kansas City and how healthy that's doing as he steps away to focus on other initiatives. So great to see that Kansas City's local cybersecurity community is crushing it. Heck yeah. All right, so we got our CPEs done. Remember, guys, every episode we got 8 stories. I literally have no idea what the stories are today. I haven't even gone and opened the things up yet. So it looks like we got some of this, some of that, literally. And I want you to know, I don't research, I don't prep for the shows. Now, I am a passionate lifelong learner in cybersecurity. I don't know. I'm a cybersecurity file, I guess might be the way to put it. But anyways, I may have read some of these stories already last night or this morning with my coffee because I just live and breathe cybersecurity. But I can tell you, I have no idea what stories are coming up. And I have no idea what I'm going to tell you about them. But I will tell you that not only will you get the obvious headline and immediate story, but I'm going to do everything in my power to help you do one of a couple things. One, be a better cybersecurity professional, period, full stop. That is my absolute goal. Now, how does that manifest? I can make you a better cybersecurity professional by giving you insights that you can apply at work today to reduce risk for your organization. I might be able to give you something that's a skill that you can learn or go get after today. A network connection, a resource, a meetup, a con. Whatever it is, I will tie it into the stories, and it'll seem very organic and authentic, because it is. I also want to say quick, I don't know why well, you know what? It's Tidbits Tuesday. Every day of the week has a special segment. I've got something that's really grinding my gears that I'll be sharing with you. I have 2 things. One is the original Tidbits Tuesday, and the other one is this living rent-free in my brain because of something someone said on LinkedIn yesterday to me that I absolutely addressed quite publicly with this person on LinkedIn, but I'd like to bring it back to this community. So no beef, right? No beef squash or whatever the kids say. But what else, man? All right, we got the first time. Oh, yeah. Guy. Oh, what do we got here? No. Marcus Kyler. I don't prepare for the show. I have time for the to prepare for the show. It's not a question. I guess okay, so you know what? Marcus is right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's the proverbial ain't nobody got time for that. It's the royal ain't nobody got time for that, Marcus Kyler. Smart guy. Marcus Kyler. Go check out Marcus Kyler's 2025 Simply CyberCon talk. All the answers are there. It's like the back of a $1 bill. Like the mysteries of Illuminati is in that in that talk. All right, guys, I got the coffee flowing. Let me tell you, this episode, it doesn't happen without the support of you, Simply Cyber community members. Thank you very much. And it doesn't come without the support from the stream sponsors. Now, remember, the stream sponsors, all the links are in the description below. They are good friends and great businesses, right, that I align with, I identify with. Starting with Anti-Siphon Training. Anti-Siphon Training is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by offering high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. Now, I want to tell you two things. Number one, tomorrow, there is still time. Tomorrow, April 29th, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow, April 29th, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Anti-Siphon is hosting a free 1-hour webcast. You can attend and learn how to break free from the cybersecurity burnout trap. Natalie Salmon's going to be leading you through this session. She is going to tell you how you can mentally and professionally succeed through all the stress of cybersecurity. Guys, not only is it hard to break into cybersecurity, but we're dealing with some really serious stuff, guy. We're dealing with like really bad people. We're dealing with organizations that are getting crippled. We're dealing with people who could lose their jobs because the business is all screwed up. It's very serious. And it can be exhausting and mentally taxing. So Natalie's going to take you through that. This is a great opportunity to learn something isn't like a SIM hard skill or incident response for Unix endpoints. Those are all really, really valuable and important, but don't sleep on the other parts of the industry. So go check this out. I'll drop a link in chat right now. Here's your link. Yep, Space Tacos is in the chat. You could say hi to Space Tacos. Our Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, recognized yesterday. I also want to just give a quick shout out. I registered for Wild West Hackin' Fest yesterday. I am speaking at Wild West Hackin' Fest. I have the honor and the pleasure and the privilege. I don't normally like flex like this, but this is something I'm proud of. I basically have an evergreen invite to speak at Wild West Hackin' Fest. They just messaged me and they're like, what do you want to talk about this year? And I'm like, here's what I want to talk about. And they're like, done. So shout out to Wild West Hackin' Fest. It's one of my favorite conferences, and I consider it a great privilege to basically have the mayor's key to be able to speak there. So I'll be speaking at Wild West Hackin' Fest this year, much more of a technical talk, hands-on career technical talk. If you liked my LinkedIn data analytics video I did a couple weeks ago, I'm going to be giving you 5 things you can do with that data set at Wild West Hackin' Fest. Also purchased a ticket, registered one for Mrs. Auger. She may or may not be making the trek out to Deadwood. So very exciting things. Now, speaking of exciting things, I would be amiss not to share Flare. Flare's cyber threat intelligence platform is absolutely crushing it. If you don't know about Flare, I've been talking about it for a while. Love myself some Flare. I think I might actually be doing a webinar with Jason Haddix, which is even cooler, coordinated through Flare. Flare's cyber threat intelligence platform gives you the insights that you can use to help your business combat the threats that are actually going to be realized. Info stealer logs, cyber criminal telegram channel chatter, infected endpoints, compromised credentials, all of it you can find out through this threat intelligence platform if they have scraped it, and they go deep into the dark web and cyber criminal underbellies to get that information. Great details, exceptional telemetry, bring it into your SIM. Guys, I'm telling you right now, Flare's threat intelligence platform is next level. Go to simplycyber.io/Flare now to check out. You have to put in a request to get verified because they don't want a bad guy to get access to this information because it would be too powerful. And once you're there, boom, baby, boom, you're off and running. Finally, I'd like to say thank you and shout out to ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker was the platinum sponsor in Simply CyberCon. No questions asked. They signed up right away. They said, Jerry, what do you need to make this conference happen? I told them. They delivered. I love ThreatLocker as a business. I like the people exceptionally well over at ThreatLocker. They have a lot of people. I've only met some of them, but the ones I've met have been exceptional. They do zero trust application security denied by default. They're also doing it in the cloud. My goodness, my guy. Let's hear from ThreatLocker, and then I'm going to melt everyone's face. If there's any first-timers in chat, if you're here for the first time, drop a hashtag first-timer in chat. We got a special surprise for you. Hashtag first-timer in chat. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. All right, everybody, we got ourselves a show, episode 1120, off and running. Sit back, relax, let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over you in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll. Let's cook.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Tuesday, April 28th, 2026. I'm Sarah Lane. Phantom RPC flaw enables privilege escalation. A Kaspersky researcher disclosed an unpatched Windows vulnerability dubbed Phantom RPC that allows privilege escalation by exploiting how the OS's remote procedure call, or RPC, mechanism handles connections to inactive services. The flaw lets attackers with limited access spin up rogue RPC servers that impersonate legitimate services and capture high-privilege connections, potentially escalating to system-level control, with 5 exploit paths validated on recent Windows Server versions. Microsoft classified the issue as moderate severity due to required privileges and is not issuing a fix. So, monitoring RPC activity and restricting impersonation privileges is key to reduce risk. Checkmark.
All right. Hey, quick shout out to Varsa. Thank you, Ryan. Varsha Thomas over on LinkedIn. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right. And if you're here for the first time, drop that hashtag first timer so we can recognize you too. Varsha, we're off and running on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We got our first story. Okay, so check it out. Kaspersky researcher, which it's good to see Kaspersky still kicking, right? For those who don't know, Kaspersky is an anti-malware solution company, but they're out of Russia, as the name Kaspersky might indicate. And the U.S. federal government, basically put the death penalty effectively on Kaspersky being used either in federal government or in the United States. Either way, Kaspersky took a big L a couple years ago, but they're still kicking, they're still rocking, and apparently they can still pay for security researchers to do security research. Now, check this out. Unpatched flaw, Windows enables privilege escalation. So right away, number one, and they mentioned it in the story that it's medium severity, but number one, let me call your attention to this privilege escalation right there in the title. Let me pull up this. I'm Googling the word cyber kill chain. Let's see if I can find one that does us some justice. Oh my God, this is horrible. Of course not. Of course, when I need something, it's not here. My guy. All right, I guess I'll just describe it quite well. This is why infographics are valuable. All right, so listen. Here's the deal. There is Windows operating system has these remote procedure call functions, right? And essentially what they do is they enable connections for remote processes, as the name would indicate. Now, this flaw essentially looks like if the RPC makes a call and the service is unavailable, it'll fail. It's like, imagine, if you will, you call a phone number. Like say you have a phone number from a friend that you haven't talked to in 10 years, okay? And they have gotten a new phone number. Follow me on this one because I think this analogy is going to work, okay? You call the friend's phone number and it just rings. The phone, your friend is unavailable. That's what's happening here. The RPC is making a call to make a connection and the service is unavailable. Now, what happens is it just doesn't connect and you're just left hanging, right? Like, all right, I guess this will eventually time out and fail. That what the threat actor has realized is that if they can put something there, ring. Hello, it's the threat actor. But like your RPC mechanism reaching out to make the connection isn't going to be doing any kind of verification that, hey, is this Tom Pine from UMass Amherst? That part doesn't happen. It just ring. Hey, what's up? I still owe you $20. Can I send it to you? Or, hey, what's up? It's my kid's birthday. Like, wish him a happy birthday. Like, it just immediately goes into like whatever the data transfer is. That's the problem. The problem is it's not really validating the connection, and you can slap something in here. Honestly, if you're looking for a more technical comparison, to me, this feels like DLL side loading attacks where you stick a malicious DLL with the same name kind of in line and an executable reach out to the malicious DLL. And because the things check out, it's like good to go. Seems a little bit like that. Now, why am I not pooping my pants right now? Why am I so casual? If I had some sunglasses on, I'd be like, why am I so casual, bruh? Because it's a privilege escalation. This means that they have to get, oh my God, I got to stop doing that. This means that they got to get on your box first. Like the caller is coming from inside the house. The threat actor already owns your box, bruh. And I'm not saying there's a million ways to do privilege escalation, but once they're on the machine, my guy, privilege escalation is like the next, I mean, dude, admins log into boxes, cache credentials, Kerber roasting, Mimikatz if you're doing a poor job of security on the endpoints. Like, you can get elevated privileges, okay? So, okay, and again, I'm not saying, like, let's let this fly. You just, come on. So, this is great for Kaspersky. Let's see if... no patch despite various exploit paths. Okay. Again, various exploit paths, but they have to be on the machine already. Okay. So like, let's not crap ourselves right immediately. By the way, I don't want a threat actor getting escalated privileges to system because now they fully own the box. But the reality is, dude, once a bad person is on the box, you're going to reimage the machine anyways once you find it. Let's see. Kaspersky disclosed the flaw to Microsoft in a 10-page report. Boss move, Kaspersky, 10-page report. They didn't issue a CVE, which is kind of booty. Microsoft says that the moderate severity was due to the requirement. Yeah. This privilege was typically required for the attack to succeed. Oh, so Microsoft is, see what I'm saying, guy? Like, Microsoft is saying in order to execute this in the first place, you already have to have a privileged access to a process. So, like, I don't know, man. It like Microsoft is basically, Microsoft didn't release a CVE for this. Microsoft's saying that this is not a flaw because effectively what they're saying is, this is the equivalent. Work with me on this one, guys. This one is the equivalent of Microsoft saying, like, Kaspersky reached in and said, hey, listen, if someone has stolen your car, they have the ability to change the radio station. And Microsoft's like, dude, like, they've already stolen the car, and like, people can only change the radio station in the driver's seat. Like, the fact that they've already done that means that they already have the access and permissions that they need. Like, it's not a new thing, so that's I mean, I know that by the way, if you're new here, Varsha over on LinkedIn and other people, I love using analogies, and I've got a ton of experience. So my analogies aren't ridiculously not making sense. I love using analogies because I feel like they stick better. All right. Anyways, I tell you, you got to patch it, but there's no patch. You got to patch it. All right. We got an update here. Olis, O-L-I-S, Olis 4897 says, good morning. Just got a new job as a SecOp engineer. This is the second job Simply Cyber Resources has helped me get. Thank you, Jerry. Heck yeah, dude. Let's go.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
All right, dude. Love it. Love it. Love it. Hold on. Let me get this guy. At Oli. Hell yeah. Nice job, dude. Thanks for sharing your personal good news with us. It's Thank you, Varsha, for letting me know about my analogies. Also, guys, really quickly, just a meta thing for the Simply Cyber community. If you get wins, share them. Yes, the wrecking ball is fun for you, but you may not realize how motivating and inspiring it is for other people to see that it's working, to see that, it pays off, to see the light. So thank you for sharing because you are inspiring other people, Olis.
Confirms GitHub data leak hit the dark web. Checkmarks confirmed that data from its GitHub repository has been posted on the dark web following a March 23rd supply chain attack that compromised development tools and workflows. The breach involved tampered GitHub actions and VS Code extensions, distributing credential stealing malware, with researchers linking subsequent leaks to groups like Lapsus and activity attributed to Team PCP. Exposed data may include source code and credentials, though customer environments were reportedly unaffected. The company has restricted access to the impacted repository and is continuing its investigation, noting it will notify customers of sensitive data exposure.
All right, check marks. GitHub repo data posted. All right. They say supply chain security. I mean, I suppose it is. Like, they have a GitHub repo. All right. So first question is, how do the threat actors get in the GitHub repo? Is it crappy configuration of security of that checkmarks did of their GitHub repo, basically having their butt hanging out in the wind? They didn't tie the back of their hospital gown? Huh? Varsha, you see that analogy I just did there? Ha! Or did they have creds? They had the thing buttoned up and tightened like a drum, but some threat actor was able to steal creds and walk in looking like, a guard or whatever. Let's see. All right. The GitHub repo is maintained separately from the customer production environment. Really quickly, obviously, dude, you have to be an absolute knucklehead or a small business that doesn't know what you're doing. Dude, the year is not 2003. You don't run your dev environment as a production environment. So just saying really quickly, when they emphasize that the GitHub repo is maintained separately from the customer production environment. Yes, that is how a real business that does software manages their environment. Dev, test, prod. Again, I know that they're doing this for damage control. I'm telling you, in case you're not aware, like when I read this, I'm not like, whoo, somebody give me a bandana so I can dab my brow. I do declare, Mr. Beauregard, you did keep your GitHub repo separate from your customer production environment. Oh my. No, it's like, yes, that's how you do business in 2026. Thank you. Let's move along. I mean, they might as well have they also emphasize that developers are employed at GitHub. Like, yeah, no kidding. Okay. And by the way, I don't even know where that Southern gentleman just came from. I'd have to check that out. As I said in the intro, I have no idea what I'm going to say. Did not have Mr. Beauregard on my bingo card today. I do declare, Marcus Kyler, I have the vapors. All right. So the company said it locked down access to the affected GitHub repo. Here, I would assume this means credential compromise, info stealers, Somebody clicked on something somewhere. I'll give you a hint what their first name was.
Carl!
Is Carl. For those who don't know, Varsha and other people who are relatively new to the community, I don't dunk on end users because it's our responsibility to educate them. I'm not calling them children, but I'm not going to expect them to understand cybersecurity. That's my job. That's your job. But Carl is our token end user who's just there to get their stuff done. Let's see. Lapsus Cybercrime did the claim. Lapsus, dude, I'm telling you. Okay, so get ready for your Kool-Aid. And if you're a squad member, people who are squad members, they hit the join button on Simply Cyber. It's a couple bucks a month. They get access to the sweet emo tray. I'm doing a little bit of a Kool-Aid, man. I'm making this connection right now. Here we go. Get ready for this. This is the most epic drink. Mad Destroyer, 5 gifted subs and a bunch of coffee. Heck yeah, dude. Thank you, Mad Destroyer.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah! And if you're one of the 5 people, Cyber Sasquatch, Fake Human, Genis, Aulis, who just announced his new job, also a squad member, make it rain with those Kool-Aid man 8-bit guys. Listen, in the 80s, there was a thing called the Brat Pack, okay? The Brat Pack was like this new wave of actors. Many of you recognize them. I mean, this is kind of an extended orbit of the Brat Pack. I wouldn't put Tom Cruise and Ralph Macchio in the Brat Pack for sure, but Emilio Estevez, Anthony Michael Scott, Rob Lowe, you could see him. This guy over here on the far left from Red Dawn, he had a promising career and failed. Demi Moore, Kiefer Sutherland, Robert Downey Jr. You want to talk about a guy who rejuvenated his career? Charlie Sheen, a guy who took it and went tiger blood full crazy. Why am I showing you the Brat Pack? Ali Sheen's in here. Why am I showing you the Brat Pack? Because, guys, this is like the ransomware Brat Pack. Lapsus, Shiny Hunters, Scattered Spider, and now they have like this, like Lapsus, Scattered Spider, and Shiny Hunters are like Anthony Michael Scott, Robert Downey Jr., Emilio Estevez. Like they're like the prime Robert Downey Jr., Rob Lowe. These are like the prime A ones. But now we're starting to see a bit of a expansion. Winning Tiger Blood. We're seeing an expansion of these threat actors, a growth to like a second tier of these guys. So, who do we got here? Ollie's guy. Dude picks up a new job and he's just making it rain dollar bills.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. Thank you, Alice. And Mad Destroyer, thank you for hooking all us up with a squad membership. All right. So anyways, just be aware that these guys are rolling like the Brat Pack. Okay. How do they work? So the threat actors were able to get source code, employee database, thanks employee database, API keys, Mongo. So it's a crappy day at checks marks. They're going to be rotating API keys, or they should be, database creds, etc. Yeah, dude, I thought we were winning the war on friggin' ransomware, and we're not. There's like a new way, like it's like a new I don't know if anyone here plays like I don't really play the zombies game of like Call of Duty or any of these, but there's like a form of like first person shooter games where there's like waves of guys that come in and you have to mow them all down. Like I thought we were winning the war on ransomware, but instead it was just like we were in between waves because there's this new wave of like young Brat Pack ransomware threat actors that are coming at us. And man, they are winning hard. Guys, as always, all I can do is tell you, Ben Wilkinson in the chat, dude, what up? Listen, all I can do is tell you, the best thing you can do is the things you can control, and you can control protection mechanisms, detection mechanisms, like basically to discover faster before the real impact hits you. And 3, the response. How fast can you respond? How wide can you respond? It's all about managing the impact and the blast radius. And this is why I tell you, you have to like it's called cybersecurity. Everybody calls it cybersecurity. I'm going to put it on my gravestone. It's going to say Auger, and then right below it, in quotes, it's going to be etched in there. It says, we should call it cyber resiliency. Literally the hill. I'm going to be buried on a hill, so it can be the hill I'm willing to die on. We work in cyber resiliency. The point is, can you keep making money and keep doing your thing, even when you're getting punched in the grill? That's what's up. All right, so do all the things. Obviously, if someone gives up their cruds, that's it, you know.
PI package hacked to push info stealer.
Pie.
A widely used PI package with more than one.
She said pie. It's pie. Pie. Not Popeye, but pie.
1.1 million monthly downloads was compromised in a supply chain attack that pushed a malicious version containing an info stealer targeting developer credentials and crypto wallets. Researchers at Step Security found the attacker exploited a GitHub Actions script injection flaw to steal a workflow token, forge a legitimate release, and then distribute the backdoored package and Docker image. The issue has been fixed in version 0.23.4, but affected users should rotate secrets and restore systems, since the malicious release could automatically propagate to environments using unpinned dependencies.
All right,
Italy extradites.
Hold on. I hate when they do this. Like, reporters do this. Freaking attention economy. An attacker pushed a malicious version of a popular elementary data package. Hold on. Pie, like, here's my thing. Like, unless I'm mistaken, which I'm not, okay, and I feel confident about this. Pie is the platform. This is like saying the library or Lowe's hardware store or, you know, a friggin' the Dewey Decimal System. Like, it's the repo that holds all of them. So if a popular elementary data package was compromised, that's one cassette tape at Blockbuster, right? That's one saw in Lowe's. Like, one thing was compromised, but they bury it in the like, it's annoying to me. Like, tell me what friggin' package, because that's what I need to worry about as a professional. All right, let's dig in, see if we can't find it. It's literally called elementary data. All right, well, I guess I feel a little silly, but Jesus, man. To me, this looks like a description. I'm sure there's people who are listening and watching right now. They're like, this guy's an ass. Maybe, but like, dude, to me, this looks like a description of what the package is, not the name of the package. All right, so I stand down. I digress. I'm sorry. It's a live show. For those who think I'm AI generated, which, by the way, we'll talk about it Tidbits Tuesday. I'm not. Look, real guy. It's called elementary data. So if you're running elementary data, it looks like there was only one subversion that was compromised. But dude, the threat actors are getting into the Docker containers and screwing it up. The Docker container is great. Docker's awesome because it's like a self-contained, maybe I'm AI. Docker is great because it's a self-contained, it has all the dependencies and stuff, which if you're old and if you're old like me, right, and you've pulled down Python and then you try to run something and then you get all sorts of dependency errors, you just want to scream at your keyboard. All right, so if you're set for auto patching, you get a clean one by default, which got pushed, but if you downloaded the malicious variant, you are currently compromised. What's the compromise do? It steals your sensitive developer data, which would be API keys and crypto wallets. So be mindful of that. If you're using anything crypto, let's see. It does have 1 million downloads a month, which is pretty sick. Pretty sick, okay? In comparison, like Simply Cyber gets like maybe 70,000, 80,000 downloads a month, right? So these guys are doing 1 million a month. So greater than, all right? Let's see. So how was this attack manifested? They did not steal creds and take over a developer account. Instead, they posted a malicious comment on a pull request, sometimes referred to as a PR, a pull request that exploited a GitHub action script injection flaw, causing the workflow to execute attacker-controlled shellcode. Guys, this is basically a cross-site scripting attack resulting in an injection flaw. So the GitHub action takes action on the comment. The comment was code. I mean, dude, this is a cross-site. They don't say it in here as a cross-site scripting, but everything I know suggests this is cross-site scripting. Any pen testers in chat want to comment? Let me know if I'm correct or not. It then exposed the GitHub token. Sure, why not reveal that? And then once they had the forged GitHub, so this is actually pretty clever. Okay, let me explain what happened, because this is a tough one to protect. Because there's two things here. One is if you're running this elementary data package, you got to get it fixed. Okay. You got to patch it. Number two, if you are running a PyPy repo or GitHub repo or whatever, PyPy specifically, they're saying that like PyPy as a platform would have to fix this, not you. You can't fix this. They're saying that you're able to add a comment, which comments can be added. No one can stop. I mean, you could block comments, I suppose. I don't know if that's configurable, but a comment gets added, which causes an injection because it's like a cross-site scripting error. So instead of your project sucks, it's like code, and then the code gets run, and the code then delivers a GitHub token to the threat actor. The threat actor now has a key, and the key allows them to commit malicious code to the project. So if that makes sense, the analogy here would be that the threat actor is able to, like, I guess, like, use a code hanger to get under the front door and unlock and open the door and then enter your house and then, like, swap out the ham in your fridge for like spoiled ham or spoiled meat or something like that, right? Like they did it. It was a two-part attack. One was to get access to be able to do the actual attack. And, it worked. I mean, to me, honestly, I don't see how like this isn't more prevalent in an attack, because it kind of seems like it's attacking the PyPy platform with the way it handles comments. If you have that automatic action script thing running, what is it? It's let me see. Hold on. Attacker exploited flow. Work with that comment. Hold on. It says action script. Yeah, if it's running GitHub actions script injection flaw. All right, there we go. So check that out. I might have to step outside for a second. Jesse, are you here? I see you here, but
Alleged Chinese state hacker to the U.S. Italian authorities extradited Xu Zhuwei to the U.S., where he faces charges tied to alleged involvement in the state-backed Hafnium, also known as Silk Typhoon, campaign that targeted Microsoft Exchange servers and thousands of global victims. U.S. prosecutors say he participated in intrusions between 2020 and 2021, including attacks on universities and researchers to steal COVID-19 related data, allegedly under direction from Chinese intelligence services. Xu denies the allegations, but could face up to 77 years in prison if convicted. China has criticized the extradition.
All right, hold on one second. I got something going on here. Sorry, guys. We have a contractor here who's power washing our house, and there was some things with the plants in the back, and I hear him. He's 2 hours early. Thank you. But Mrs. Auger just texted me. We're all set. So stand down, everybody. I didn't even listen to the story because I was what's the word I was doing? Managing priorities, I suppose. Italy extradites alleged Chinese state hacker to U.S. All right, Italy. Way to go, bruh.
Regulators, mount up.
All right. And by the way, thank you guys. It's a live show. Again, people think that this is like, I don't know what people are thinking. No, Not you guys. You guys are cool. Let's see. Zhu Jiewei was arrested in July 25 by Italian authorities after he was accused by the U.S. Nice. Dude, Italy with the solid assist. You know what I mean? Like first the Olympics in Milan, and now they're just like extraditing people over here. This guy denies Chinese government hacking ops. Let's see. All right. So this guy's allegedly involved in attacks on Microsoft Exchange servers. Again, if you're running Microsoft Exchange on-prem, you really should consider a new architecture. This guy was targeting U.S. universities, immunologists, virologists conducting research. I don't know, dude. There's a little bit of I guess conspiracy theory, little side quest action for Justin Gold. Let's see. How fast did China get the COVID vaccine after US did? So China actually preceded the US for vaccines. There we go. So anybody who's suggesting that it was stolen, get your facts right. All right. So anyways, this guy, we'll see how it goes. As far as like you doing anything at work different today, no, just know that, basically law enforcement's doing its thing.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, GuardSquare. Your back end is only as secure as your front end.
All right. Hey guys, she said it yourself. Your back end's only as secure as your front end.
Research shows that client-side compromise is now a primary driver of API risk, with 63% of leaders detecting mobile app tampering or cloning last year. Don't leave your mobile app security to chance. Get multi-layered protection for your entire mobile app ecosystem from the outside in. Learn more at guardsquare.com.
Guys, I want to say thank you for joining us for the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief every single weekday morning. I want to say shout out. We got Jesse Johnson coming up at the top of the hour for Hotline, Cyber Career Hotline, your 30-minute AMA show where we bring the heat to you, getting all your questions answered. Thanks to the stream sponsors, ThreatLocker, Anti-Siphon, Flare for bringing it. Talk a little bit about Slay Cert, the new project by Jesse Johnson. Simply Cyber is a proud sponsor of Slay Cert. So definitely make sure Jesse tells you all about that. Guys, every day of the week has a special segment. We take a little breather at the mid-roll. Tuesdays is Tidbits Tuesday, where I share a little bit about myself, and we see if we vibe on it, okay? So I got 2 Tidbits Tuesdays for you. One's the real one, and then one is something living rent-free in my head. So let me share the rent-free in my head one first. I've been posting a lot of videos on LinkedIn, right? It's like talking head, vertical format. It's my vibe, right? Hot pink and blues, retro synthwave, right? All this stuff. Dude, some woman on LinkedIn was like, no blinking, interesting or something like that. I don't know if no blinking means like I'm AI generated or something, but I watched the video. I blink in literally the first second. The video starts and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, what are you on? And then like I responded directly to her to I would asking for some clarity and no reply. It's like, I know I should just move on and not even spend a minute thinking about that, but it's like that's the second time someone has called me AI. I'm human, man. Trust me, I'd be way smarter if I was AI. I'd have way less audio issues. All right, what game am I playing right now? Magic the Gathering Paper. All right, so second Tidbits Tuesday. This is the real one. This is where I reveal a little personal stuff and maybe, a little vulnerability. Okay. This is something that I thought about the other day. So my son is 14 and he wears like he has like a school uniform or whatever. So he got up yesterday in the morning. He's like, Dad, like I don't have clean clothes or whatever. And he wears a sweatshirt. He's like, I got everything, but I don't have a sweatshirt. And I'm like, you don't have to like take your sweatshirt off every single day and put it in the dirty laundry. And then it got me thinking, I don't know about you guys, but like, yes, I change my boxer shorts and my shirt every day. Like those go into the hamper. Socks go in the hamper when I wear socks, which is infrequently. But dude, like a hoodie? I don't know if you guys have, like, there's like clean clothes in the bureau, dirty clothes in the hamper, and then there's like this middling like state of clothes that are like not dirty, but they're also not going to get folded up and put in the bureau. And this is like hoodies or 1/4-inch zips and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys do that, but there's like, and it's just kind of like, I try to maintain it, but I have a couple things hung on a hook on the back of my closet door. And then there's like a hot bar on my bureau top where there's like 2 hoodies. One's a light hoodie, one's a heavy hoodie, and a baseball hat. So I don't know. You tell me, am I gross? I don't think I'm gross. I just, it's a weird state because there's clean clothes and dirty clothes, but then there's like a third state of like in use clothes. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Let me know in chat what you guys think about GRC Guardrail says the chair. Some people it's the treadmill. I don't know. Here's my thing. I think it's a real thing that no one talks about. Okay. And I'm putting it out there. I'm bringing it to the people. Dry. And you can only wash so many of them because they take up so much space in the wash. It's not. I have a cardigan over here. Yes, I have a cardigan. I'm old. It has elbow patches. That's me. I don't even know the last time I washed it. It's like my office. Oh, I'm chilly. Let me throw this on. All right, let's keep cooking. Varsha, first timer in chat, didn't realize she was getting all this today.
U.S. sanctions target Cambodian scams. The U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control sanctioned a Cambodian cybercrime network, including Senator Koch An, over large-scale cryptocurrency scams that have defrauded Americans of millions of dollars through romance and fake investment schemes. Authorities say the operation runs from scam compounds tied to casinos, where victims send funds to fraudulent platforms, while trafficked workers carry out the scams under coercive conditions. The action was coordinated with the DOJ, FBI, and Secret Service, including domain seizures and criminal charges, intended to disrupt both the financial infrastructure and human trafficking tied to the network. Glassworm.
Yes, let's go.
Regulators, mount up.
Hell yeah, dude. Way to go, FBI, DOJ, U.S. Secret Service. I hope everybody put on big old, like the biggest boots that they could put on. I'm talking Red Wings Platinum Edition and just start kicking mud holes in this Cambodian scam network. Dude, you're getting on OFAC, the Office of Foreign Asset Control. That is like, you don't want to be on that list. That's a list where you basically are no longer allowed to do business with the United States, and you are radioactive. You're basically like the cheese in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. No one wants to touch you because you're gross now. And the United States is like just dropping this on 503 domains linked to fraudulent criminal platforms, criminal charges against operators in Burma and Cambodia, messaging apps getting screwed. Dude, I'm all on board for this. Now listen, TLDR, you don't have to do anything different, okay? This criminal enterprise targets individuals, not really businesses. These are pig butchering scams. These are, you have a friggin' late toll booth fee. Like the text messages and the phone calls you get that are scams. That's what this is. And, I have friends' parents who got compromised. My Aunt Dorothea, who I always bring up, my Aunt Dorothea attempted to be compromised, but she doesn't own a computer, so the joke was on them. Like, these people suck. And to make it even add insult to injury, there's actually a humanitarian crisis going on over there, if you didn't know. Here's a little bonus for you. In Cambodia, they actually like lure Vietnamese people into Cambodia with promises of a better life. And when they get there, they take their passport away. They stick them in like a dormitory, basically. And what they get to do every day is go from the dormitory to a call center and then start committing fraudulent crime. And if they don't steal enough money from victims, they get beaten before being brought back to the dormitory, where they get up and do it again the next day. So literally the people who are calling you and sending you these text messages, they don't even want to do it. They're being basically, it's listen, if you think slavery doesn't exist in 2026, you are mistaken. This is one example of it. And for the U.S. to drop this hammer on them, good. There is a problem going on. I love this particular story. Not this story, but what I'm about to show you. Look at this really quickly, and then I'll move on because I know I'm like all over the place today. Cambodia. Let me get a better map. Well, if you're looking on stream, I'm showing you a world map of Cambodia. You can see Vietnam is on the right. This is where they're luring victims who just have to like come on over. And then on the top left is Thailand, formerly Siam. In fifth grade, I did a project on Thailand, so I know that. Anyway, some of these call centers are like right on the border of Thailand and Cambodia. Check this out. Look at this one. I mean, this was more of an FU than it was anything else. But in June of 2025, the country of Thailand actually cut power to like on the border of Cambodia, which resulted in some of these Cambodian call centers losing power and having to go down. So, I mean, it's a funny way of kind of combating this. But I'm telling you, it's like a humanitarian crisis. So shout out to the United States. Way to go. The capital of Thailand, Bangkok. So check it out. For you personally, there is nothing you're going to do different today because of this story. This is just a feel-good story that criminals are being held accountable, and hopefully some humanitarian crises are being remediated. Computer
attacks return. Researchers at Socket identified a new wave of the glassworm supply chain campaign, abusing 73 open VSX extensions designed to appear benign before turning malicious through later updates. 6 extensions have already been activated using loader techniques to fetch and execute hidden payloads that can steal developer credentials, crypto wallets, and sensitive environment data. The campaign reflects a shift towards stealthier sleeper tactics, with cloned extensions mimicking legitimate tools. Developers should remove affected packages and rotate secrets. Utilities.
All right. The power washer's power washing the studio right now. I don't even know what this is. Glassworm's an ongoing supply chain attack campaign. Using invisible Unicode characters to hide malicious code. Okay. So check it out now. Where do they put it? So listen, Unicode. I'm trying to figure out where they do this. The attacker used the same icon as legitimate extension adopted. All right, so there's a couple things going on here. Number one, there's a threat actor who is using known good extensions, like the name of the extension and the icon and logo of the extension, but they're creating something different. So they're trying to exploit, authority and social trust in recognizable names and images. Second of all, they're using Unicode to hide the malware. So if you don't know, like Unicode, see if I can show you some Unicode. Like Unicode, it looks like this. Like if you ever had, a computer take a crap on you, and I mean that proverbially, obviously, like these Unicode glyphs don't look like anything. So if you put Unicode into a program or software, it may not even render to the screen in some instances, or a human can't read it, which means they're able to shit. Hold on. Stop. Don't. You're blowing water all up in this. I know. Okay. I got a lot of equipment in here, Craig. I appreciate. Okay. All right. Then hit it. Yep. All right. Fuck. All right. All right. Power Wash Guy has entered the chat. Dude, I have so much water in my studio right now. I have a pool in here. And I had to bang on the door to get his attention because I couldn't open the door. He would have blasted directly in here. Holy Jesus Christ. All right. Dude, I need an adult in the. Okay, hold on one second.
Tech supplier Itron discloses attack. Itron disclosed a cybersecurity breach involving unauthorized
Again, it's AI. This is all AI generated.
access to its IT systems, but said it has since contained and remediated the incident with no ongoing malicious activity detected. The company reported no impact to customer-hosted systems or core operations, which continued without disruption, and expects insurance to cover most of the associated costs. Itron is still investigating the scope of the breach and evaluating any required regulatory disclosures, but doesn't currently expect a material business impact.
All right, hold on. I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm like got so much going on in my head. Let's see. Cyber attack, AK, US SEC, discovering management. Okay, yeah. I am my shirt is wet right now. My pants are wet. I don't understand. Like what? So a company I've never heard of, ransomware, etc. I'm just gonna skip it for the sake of this story. Then.
Crypto money launderer given 5-year sentence.
Bro.
California-based Evan Tangeman was sentenced to 70 months in prison for laundering millions in stolen cryptocurrency tied to a cybercriminal group known as the Social Engineering Enterprise, which stole roughly $260 million from victims. Prosecutors say the group used social engineering and physical tactics to target high-value crypto holders, while Tangeman helped convert stolen funds into cash and assets, including luxury homes used in operations. He also attempted to cover up the scheme after arrests and is one of 9 individuals to plead guilty in this case. The rush to not...
All right, money launderer, crypto thieves, we are behind time. I'm dealing with business continuity planning. As Zach Hill points, IT career questions. I just had the inside of my studio power washed. Fudge. All right. Money launderer for crypto thieves given 5-year sentence. Guess what? Do the crime, do the time.
Regulators, mount up.
Dude, this guy's 22. Give it up for the youths, man. A lot of enterprising people out there trying to make theirs. I don't think crime should have been the way to go, but this guy laundered $3.5 million. I got to tell you, when I was 22, if you asked me to do anything with $3.5 million, first thing I would have done is bought a pair of adult diapers because I would crap myself with that kind of money. I wouldn't even know what to do with it. This guy rented and purchased lavish homes from 2023 to 2025. Definitely keeping a low profile. This is like the guy in Goodfellas who buys like the Cadillac. Dummy. Let's see. The criminal enterprise was built on greed. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is the youth. Like, I get it. They're enterprising. They're looking at like kind of a broken society. They're not seeing opportunities for themselves, and they're taking initiative. It's just they're young, so they make their OPSEC is awful, which is great for us, by the way, because if they had great OPSEC, we'd be screwed, but we don't. So this guy's getting 70 months in prison. And he's going to do 3 years of supervised release. Okay, big deal. All right. Yeah, no, this is quite the enterprising group, dude. They really went after Crypto, they did their research on these people. They raided his home. They found a 2022 Rolls-Royce Ghost valued at more than 300 grand and a black Porsche GT3 RS. I got to tell you what, listen, my son plays Forza 5 Horizon or whatever. If I gave my son, my 11-year-old, $3.5 million, he probably would buy these cars too. I'm telling you, it's so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to get going. I'm sorry. I feel like I didn't do a great job with the daily cyber threat brief today. There was a lot going on. I did what I could. Stories were kind of not directly relatable to you driving risk reduction for your business stakeholders, but I do think law enforcement got a lot of W's today. Shout out to the shout out to everybody for Tidbits Tuesday, letting us know about how you manage that third state of dirty, clean, and then not dirty but not clean clothes. The quantum physics or the quantum computing of clothing. It's both 0 and 1. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Guys, don't go anywhere because my man, Jesse Johnson, a.k.a. the Cosmic Cowboy, is going to be grabbing the cans, throwing them on, and answering the calls across the cool waves of the Cyber Career Hotline. This man's got answers. He's killing it. Definitely going to let you know about his Slay Cert live streams that have been going on and how you can benefit from that. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Don't go anywhere. Until next time, stay secure.
I'm Dr. Gerald Auger. This is the Cyber Career Hotline. If you're building a career in cybersecurity, this show is for you. Let's get into it.
Good morning, everybody, or evening, or maybe it's the afternoon, wherever and however you are. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Cyber Career Hotline, coming hot off the heels of that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger, bringing in the heat, the experience, and of course, some good old-fashioned live content that is human-made, right? Hashtag human-made. And Dr. Jerry Auger on the coattails of what you said. You did not mislead us in the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Listen, we come for you. We come for your insights. We do think the stories are helpful and can be beneficial, but at the end of the day, we come for the community, right? It's about the camaraderie and hanging out with the doctor and getting to know this cyber landscape a little bit better. Let me know how audio is, how my voice is, my voice. Drop those questions in chat. I think I have a couple mods who like me enough to hang out, maybe one who is at least willing to. Drop a questioner though. James Quiggin, is this Jesse an AI? No, the AI would have less aging. Jerry looks like Crockett and Tubbs in that white jacket. Oh man, give me some of that. Give me some of that Miami Vice life. Kia Ora Brews and Hacks, good to see you. Code Brew Cyber says audio is silky smooth. Love that. Find the through too, Jesse. Definitely AI. Yeah, I'm over here AI in it. Super stoked to get to wear this Tool shirt that was gifted to me for my birthday. All right, here comes the questions. Let's go. As I prepare to answer these questions, a little bit about myself. My name is Jesse J, aka the Cosmic Cowboy. Got 10 years plus in IT experience, more recently in cybersecurity, security operations, vulnerability management. I currently work in the MSP space as an engineer. I'm helping companies build some security-related security operations programs and things of that nature. And it's a blast, and I absolutely love this industry. So I'll do my best to answer the questions. If I cannot answer them, I have a glorified Googler here on the other side of my life pulled up, and we can run it in the glorified Googler and see what we can come up with together, or we can do it as a community. Random X Skills asks, I'm working on a migration plan to transfer servers from VMware to Hyper-V. From a documentation standpoint, what are some musts for your documentation and planning? Good morning, Kathy Chambers. Wonderful to see you. I can't wait to see you at Wild West Hacking Fest in South Dakota. Okay, just like a Security Plus or a SysP or Siza Plus, let's reread the question. I'm working on a migration plan to, so they're going from VMware, probably because it quadruples in price every year. Thank you, Broadcom. To Hyper-V from a documentation standpoint, what are the musts? I've helped do similar migrations like this. Let me think for a moment. And then if anybody is in chat that can help answer this question, that has some virtualization experience and systems administration, that would be willing to throw their advice. I know DJ BSEC would be a great resource, but he's driving. I would make sure that backup, make sure that you're backed up, obviously. Make sure the backups are tested. They're validated to be good known backups. Make sure there's no, make sure that the known backups are obviously stored in a safe place. You want to, I'm getting ADD from chat. Save the equipment, up and test at least some of the backups. Keep those questions coming. So yeah, you want to make sure you're documenting I guess, the state of your backups, validating that they work, where you're putting them, and then obviously taking screenshots with the steps that you did, so that if somebody else, at the end of the day, your documentation wants to reflect a process. Here, it finally popped in my head. Your documentation wants to reflect a process in which somebody else could come in and recreate your steps. So whatever that means, if there's, just like Code Brew Cyber said, if you document a few hiccups, some things, some considerations for other engineers, but really you want this to be something that is, if you got hit by a bus on your way to work Monday morning, or you won the lottery, let's look at it in a positive spin, that somebody else, another engineer, could come alongside and recreate that process without a bunch of guesswork. And so it sounds like you've got the experience to do the stuff, to do the steps. And so think of yourself as another engineer. What would you want to see, right? If you were someone's boss that was documenting this, what are some things that you want to see? And then it's a silly thing to say, but you could always put it into Copilot, ChatGPT. And I'm not saying that you use it for gospel, but use it as an idea, as a framework of some documentation. It can help build out a framework for you. It can help build out a bullet point, some things that you can have. Of course, asset management is obvious, making sure that all your asset management is taken care of and squared away in a place that is known and known to others, right? That's the other thing that I see in that auditors ask questions, isn't just, hey, do you do backups? Do you have an EDR solution? It's, are there policies and are there procedures that are in a central repository that are accessible to whatever user group needs to see them, right? So those are things to consider. Inventory first. Brews and hacks dropping the tidbits. Jessie was a musical police officer in her previous life, for those that don't know. Yes, I did work in law enforcement as a street cop. I wanted to be a homicide detective, which I'm looking for questions, but that gives me a second to ramble for a second. I want to be a homicide detective. And one of the things is you need to start off as a street cop. Very similarly to maybe you want to be an advanced penetration tester, an advanced red teamer. And there are plenty of folks who do make that switch into those positions, maybe with not a ton of experience or a ton of education, being in the right place at the right time, working really hard, things of that nature. For the most part, you got to start off as a street cop. You got to start off as an IT analyst. You got to start off in some role, whether it's at home as a volunteer, in an enterprise. You need to start somewhere. And then you build those skill sets, do the networking, and find out what you want to do in your career. Space Taco's asking the real questions. Question, how you been? At Jesse J. How's the family? What's next for you? An album of cybersecurity tunes? Take Slay Study Time Global. Oh, that's a great question. How is myself? I am doing pretty darn well. It's nice to have about 3-4 months into a new job. So that's been really nice to kind of get an idea of where the bathrooms are in the building, the proverbial building, so to speak. What's next for me? Currently working on a musical project that encompasses 90s and 2000s hard rock and also some alternative experimental jazz craziness. And then I also play music full time. One of the things I'm doing with my career, though, is I'm continuing to branch into the teaching space for free. Don't want to be a content creator, but here I am in preparation for certification exams, namely the CISA Plus coming up, and then at some point the CISSP. And I won't forget Space Tacos, but that's a great segue. I'll let everybody know about a great live study opportunity if they're trying to level up their cybersecurity career. Cosmic Links, what is up? Cosmic Cowboy here, like the name, like the handle. First time, long time viewer, first time caller, welcome to the channel. Good to hear from you. Why did you burr into cybersecurity? Why did I go into cybersecurity? I think is what, so let's rewind. We've got a history of, in my careers, of some leadership, some operational things. I waited tables for a long time, worked in law enforcement. My degree is actually in criminal justice with an emphasis in law enforcement operations. Want to be a homicide detective and do the nitty gritty. I think I mentioned that. That's not how it ended up being. I worked really hard to get into law enforcement. And then I realized that maybe law enforcement isn't where I was supposed to be, or that maybe my shelf life in it, because I got into it later in life, right? And I had a career of some kind of IT experience throughout most of my jobs. If I wasn't the in-house de facto IT guy, I had worked as a endpoint person before, right? And so I took some soul searching. And here's the thing that I think a lot of people miss as they're trying to break into the industry. Cybersecurity, like Jerry said, may not be for you. And I only say that in the sense that it could burn you out. It might be one of those career fields that might not just be for you. And so I took a lot of time to do some soul searching and realized, man, I love IT. I love being on the proactive, securing things. I love the security side of things. I love investigations, asking questions. And I wanted to continue to work in a career field that would always challenge me. Obviously, cybersecurity, information security, tech in general can always provide a challenge for you. And so it was at that point about doing the process, getting the experience, adding to the experience that I already had, putting in the time for home labs, working on resumes, getting into the industry, going to conferences, doing whatever I could, usually free, low cost. And believe it or not, paying it forward, paying it back by doing the free live streams and whatnot. And it ended up working to where I'm at now. And so I'm telling you, if Jesse J, the Cosmic Cowboy, can bust in, granted, I had some IT experience and a little bit of cybersecurity experience coming into the industry, but believe me, man, if I've seen it before, don't give up. It's a war. It's a game of attrition. GRC Guardrail asks a really good question. Hold on a second. I want to get these in order. Make sure I'm not missing them in chat either. No reason. No mods. Okay. How important is LinkedIn to prospective employers? A resume doesn't seem to be enough anymore, and it feels like we can't share our experience without being enumerated. Like the way, yeah, without some OSINT on yourself, right? LinkedIn is as important as... Boy, that's a tough question because I used to be hot and heavy in LinkedIn, and it was really because I used it to build a solid community. I didn't care as much about just meeting people, truly for the sake of like, I gotta use, right? I gotta use my way to the top. How can I network and communicate and how can I network with people just so I can get a job? That wasn't my mindset. I wanted to build a community and explore those options. And so LinkedIn worked for me. I don't know that it's necessarily something you have to do in 2026. I think it's helpful. I think that in tech, it's like a brand. It's like you can send people to a central landing page where it keeps track of some of your stuff. If you have a LinkedIn and then a Medium, a blog, or you've got a GitHub repo, something that you're tracking what you're doing, I think is more important. It's important. And the reason it's important is because employers are inundated the same way that you feel enumerated. Employers are inundated with applications and resumes of people who all want the same role. And so they need to be somewhat, do their due diligence to find out about you before wasting time to interview you. And sometimes that means an ATS scanner. Sometimes that means it's not the actual hiring manager, but a outsourced company that calls you. Always be prepared, never stop learning. Like Dr. Auger says, be the CEO of you. Even if you already have a job, continue to get certs, continue to build home labs and experiment. GRC Guardrail asks, how detailed do you make your documentation for internal use? Do you explain each step and assume someone with zero experience in the field following alongside, or skip common sense, easy things? That's a great question. I had this conversation yesterday with some stakeholders talking about some incident response planning. So it's internal use. You also want to avoid getting bogged down in things being so granular and step by step that it ends up being this thick, and it has so many steps that even if you weren't new, you'd have a hard time kind of following it. I think it's important to have a nice combination of high level things, but then if something seems like it's common sense, you might want to make it a bullet point, right? Because we know that common sense isn't necessarily common to everybody. We have language barriers, education barriers. You have differences in the way things, naming conventions. And so there's a lot of things when someone says common sense isn't common, there's a lot of reasons for things to not be common to people. And so I think it'd be important to put the common sense things in a bullet point, but more than anything, you want to give that high level overview that somebody who with no experience can look and see the basic steps. Screenshots are important if you're doing screenshots. And, that's how I look at documentation. It depends in always getting the scope of the documentation. Is it technical documentation or is it policy, right? And if it's policy, then it's going to be worded pretty verbose. You want your policy to be verbose in the sense that it is efficient in what it's explaining, right? You don't want to be verbose for the sense of being verbose, but you want to make sure that you're covering your CYA in that policy. Kathy Chambers, LinkedIn did bring us together. Nick Dowd, hey man, it's been a minute. What does social media say about you? Are you positive or negative? I got rid of Instagram about 3 years ago. I have a Facebook account that's mainly for posting a picture here and there of me playing music. I generally don't post anything me or my family or anything of that nature. So for me, it's kind of, I used to be on social media and I tried to keep it positive, just because there's already enough negativity and I've seen and experienced enough negativity in my life that, I just keep it positive. But I guess my LinkedIn is pretty positive. I'm a kind of a mind over matter guy. I think that if you want to put your mind to do something, and if you've got the grit, if you have grit, you can do it. Cyber Shinigami asks, Grand Risings, brother. I need to get back to you on that question. What is your favorite screenshot tool and why is it Greenshot? Very funny. Looking for questions. Oh, yes. Well, hope everybody's doing well. I want to let everybody know, hey, if you're studying for your cybersecurity exams, if you're looking to level up, maybe you've already taken your Security Plus, and you're trying to get to that next level in your cybersecurity career, myself and Ricky Lee, aka Tech Ricky, are launching Slay Cert Plus. It is coming hot off the heels. Last year, I started something 2 years ago called Slay Sec Plus, where we got on and did live study sessions to help people pass their Security Plus. It was pretty fun. Pretty successful, especially for something that was organic and kind of started from nowhere. I'm taking it to the next level, starting something. We're live streaming every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. You're going to hear a lot more from Jerry and myself and probably see some. But anyways, Slay Cert Plus, this is a super inclusive, community-based live stream. We're going to up the production. And the idea is to help you pass. I'm doing my CISA Plus, and so that's what we're studying right now. So we're walking you through CISA Plus. We're going to do Microsoft certifications and probably CISP. But the idea is to help folks live study and understand how to conquer certifications. I was a career college student. I've been a teacher's assistant, and I've taught professionally, and I've worked in higher education. And so I really enjoyed studying and doing well in exams. And I'm really excited to bring some of those. So it doesn't matter what the content is, right? Maybe we're taking CISA Plus, maybe we're taking a Microsoft cert, maybe it's AWS cert. Outside of the PBQs or the performance-based stuff, the labs, the memorization and how to get to the information quickly, there's techniques and strategies. So Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, go to Slay Cert Plus YouTube, or just go to LinkedIn. You can type in Slay Sec Plus and it will redirect you to Slay Cert Plus. Check it out. We're super excited. How am I working with AI right now? Currently, I'm working, alternatively, or what are you currently finding interesting? Its ability to automate, honestly, I don't want to say meaningless, but tasks that I kind of enjoy, but don't want to take the time to do them. Building certain things. I do enjoy building dashboards and looking at data points, building visual representations of value and security postures for stakeholders to present to C-suites. I really enjoy that. Sometimes the process of doing it can be a little bit tedious. And so I really like sanitized data or example data that you get from elsewhere. And I like using that to help build out visualization. CyberFit Nick, I love the name. I think fitness is huge. CyberFit Nick, I gave you a shout out on my LinkedIn last month when I passed my Sec Plus. Thank you again. Let's go. That's awesome. Super cool. Yeah, we really enjoy helping folks break into the industry. Simply Cyber, that's what we do, right? Had a few folks drop off stream. That's okay. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Ew, Power BI. Yeah, right. Gerald knows. Gerald knows. Got this mug. Oh, it's reversed, but it says, "Let me tell you why that's BS." A coworker on my leadership team gave it for me. When I was a kid, I had excuses a lot of times for not getting things done. And then a mentor in middle school gave me a good rundown on why excuses are utterly pointless. And so as I got older, I really took that into my professional field. Things happen. Don't get me wrong. I have dropped the ball just like everybody in life. I'm human. Oh man, we've all dropped the ball. Oh, Space Tacos, you were way too kind. I wanted to be like Professor Messer, Dr. Jerry Auger, and things of that nature. So looking up to those guys. Kitchen InfoSec, hopefully I pulled up the right question. Any advice in keeping up the conversations and networking whilst working 10 to 12 hours and finding myself? Yes, absolutely, is be kind to yourself. I had this issue because let's say 3 years ago, I was everywhere, trying to be everywhere on LinkedIn. I really enjoyed it. I was transitioning out of an IT role into more of a security focused role, coming out of law enforcement. And so I was just everywhere in the community. I was on every stream, Black Hills, TCM, Dr. Simply Cyber streams. Those three companies, I was on all their streams. I was everywhere on LinkedIn. Then I got a job. Then I had kids. Then I had another kid. Then I had to commute an hour each way and I couldn't post anymore. I wasn't networking. I found it to be almost debilitating to try to keep up with cyber information because it was just so much. Be kind to yourself. Take things in chunks. Take things in bits. Do what you can. If you can have a tab open that has dark reading or a tab open that has hacker news or set up some kind of automated threat feed that you can peer into, get yourself some routines. You need to build time in your routines for yourself or you cannot do your job. You cannot function properly. If you cannot take care of yourself, you cannot take care of others, period. And so it is incredibly important that even if you're working 10 to 12 hours a day, you're doing some kind of Pomodoro method where you're working and then you're taking a break. You are taking time to decompress. And sometimes the conversations and the networking helps that decompression process. right? And so I think it's incredibly important that you go for a walk, that you take your physical fitness and your diet as healthy as you can with the parameters that you have. I'm not saying you have to be a nut, but I'm telling you, if you don't take care of that mental health, even if that means seeking professional counseling, someone to talk to for free, hotlines, whatever it takes to take care of your mind and take care of your body so that you can do this for the long haul, do it. Because nobody is going to remember the 10 to 12 hour days besides your family and your friends. No one's going to care. Your boss isn't going to care when it's all said and done. So take care of yourself now. Take breaks and build in automation, build in opportunities to learn more so that make the barrier to entry easy on yourself, because I had the exact same struggle. Tyler Ramsby, Google or YouTube, Tyler Ramsby. Oh, I can't remember. And we got to cut. Kathy Chambers is starting her got a premiere coming up, so we don't want to miss that. But if you look on YouTube or LinkedIn, Tyler Ramsby did an awesome post about that exact question. It's how do you stay plugged in and in the community when you're working and not just give up and say, I'm done with cyber, I'm done with all this. Because if you don't take care of yourself, this industry, IT, cybersecurity, at the pace that it moves, will chew you up and spit you out. Guaranteed. Copying this, gonna drop it in chat. Boom, probably will work. We're gonna pan over to Kathy Chambers here in a couple minutes. And you guys are awesome. All 200 of you hanging out with me on this, what is it, a Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening for some of you. To my friends in India, good evening. I hope you're doing well. To my friends in the UK, good afternoon. That's one thing I love about working in a global company is the culture that I get exposed to has been very refreshing. Answering one last question. I got 45 seconds and then we are out of here. Can you post your LinkedIn in chat? Let's try it. LinkedIn. Hurry. Let's go. And no. We got to cut over. All right, team. You have been You've been hanging out with Jesse J, aka the Cosmic Cowboys. We're going to pan over to Kathy Chambers Media as she presents her latest premiere. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. And I'll probably see you on the panel this Friday afternoon. Remember, Daily Cyber Simply Cyber Daily Threat Brief. I am Jesse J. It's been awesome. I got to run. I got to fly.